Hello, my peeps, and welcome to another Power Packed Phillips podcast.
Whatever.
Please take a moment to read your MSAs. Sorry, I had something in my throat.
Cool.
Alright, today's notes are going to be on lesson 9.5, factoring. Lesson 9.5, factoring. So let's chop to it. If you would, please write down the trinomial. Nice vocab. Blackhawks. 2 squared plus 8t plus 12. We have a trinomial. Remember that a trinomial has 1, 2, 3 terms. An easy way to remember that, 3 terms, trinomial, 3 wheels, tricycle. So the first thing we're going to do is write 2 sets of parentheses under the problem. So write yourself 2 sets of parentheses under the trinomial. Ask yourself, what can we multiply together? What can we multiply together to get us t to the second power, or t squared? Well, I know that t times t gives me t squared. We have Casper, our friendly ghost. We add the exponents, so 1 plus 1 is 2. So we can multiply t by t to get t squared. So we're going to place this variable t at the front of each of the parentheses. Place the variable t at the front of both of the parentheses. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write the letter m. I'm going to write the letter m for multiplication above my last term. Write the letter m for multiplication above the last term. Now we're going to ask ourselves, what are all the numbers or factors, Blackhawks, what are all the numbers or factors that we can multiply together to make positive 12? So we can do 1 times 12. Please list these on your paper. Then if I forget on the EOC, I'm going to take my calculator and do 12 divided by the next number, which would be 2. That's going to give me 6, so I know that I can multiply 2 times 6 to give me 12. If I forget on the EOC, 1, 2, I'm going to try 3. I'm going to do 12 divided by 3. That's going to give me 4. So now I have 3 times 4. Then I'm going to take my calculator on the EOC. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 12 divided by 4, and I get 3. Wait a second. We have a set that repeats. 3 times 4 and 4 times 3. Commutative property. It's the same thing. So, as soon as you get a repeat, you can stop listing the factors. As soon as you get a repeat, right here, you can stop listing all the factors because you have them all. Now, let's ask ourselves, we don't need this one because it was a repeat, so I'm just going to take it out of the way. What can I now multiply together from this list to give me positive 12? Well, positive 1 times positive 12 gives me positive 12. Positive 2 times positive 6 gives me positive 12. Positive 3 times positive 4 also gives me positive 12. So all these work so far. But can we multiply a negative by a negative to give us a positive? Sure we can. So we also need to write negative 1 times negative 12 gives us positive 12. Negative 2 times negative 6 gives us positive 12. And negative 3 times negative 4 also gives us positive 12. So as you can see, you have lots of different combinations here. It's very important that you list out every single possible combination. That's why we have our little Rubik's Cube over here with the numbers. And you can make lots of different possible combinations with all these numbers and colors. It's the same idea over here. We've got lots of different possible combinations. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to write the letter A for addition above this middle term. Please write the letter A for addition above this middle term. We need two numbers from this list of factors that we can add together to get 8. Be careful when you do this part. Some of you might say, well, 1 plus 7 equals 8. But I don't have 1 times 7 in my list. So we cannot use it because it's not in the list. Only use numbers that are in the list. So I'm looking for two numbers in this list that I can add together that give me 8. Well, I'm thinking 2 and 6 will give me 8. But remember, you've got lots of different combinations here. Remember our Rubik's Cube? Lots of different combinations. Now the question becomes, do we use a positive 2 or do we use a negative 2? Do we use a positive 6 or do we use a negative 6? So let's try the positive and positive first. So let's try the positive 2 and positive 6 first. So if I add a positive 2 and a positive 6, that will give me positive 8. But as I said, you need to be careful because some people will try a negative 2 and a negative 6. And if you try the negative 2 and the negative 6, that's going to give you negative 8. Well, we need to go back up and double check. What are they asking us for? They're asking us for positive 8. They're asking us for positive 8. So this one is not going to work because that gives me negative 8. So when I'm looking for the numbers, I need to be careful again on which ones I use. So I'm going to use positive 2 and positive 6. So up here, I'm going to put plus 2 and I'm going to put plus 6. Once again, just be careful of which combinations you decide on. I do believe it is time for a GIF or brain break. I wonder if the coach got the assist on that play. All right, almost done. Hang in there. Now, you can check your answer by foiling. You can check your answer by foiling. First, outside, inside, last. You've done it so many times, you should be able to do it in your sleep, so I'm not going to take long. Here we go. Fasten your seatbelt. Crash landing. First, T times T. Thank you, Casper, for your help. 1 plus 1 is 2. That gives us T squared. Now I'm going to do the outside. Going to do the outside. T times 6. Casper helps us out once again. 1 times 6 gives us 6. That gives us 6T. Now I'm going to do the inside. Inside. Casper helps us out once again. 2 times 1T gives us 2T. And I'm going to do last. L, last. So when I do the last, I have 2 times 6, which is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. Now I'm going to combine like terms. I can put my hearts together. I'm adding. That's going to give me 8t. So what do we have so far? We have t squared, we have 8t, and we have 12. They are all different terms. They are all unlike terms, I should say. I cannot combine them. So I get t squared, 8t, and 12. Hey, t squared, 8t, and 12. So, visual people, this may help you out, and then we are out of here. When I'm doing factoring, I'm going backwards. Remember, if I gave you the binomial, you would FOIL it, and it would give you t squared plus 8t is plus 12. Now I'm giving you the answer to a FOIL problem. I'm giving you the answer to a FOIL problem, and I'm asking you to factor it to get back to the beginning of FOILing. So it's just FOILing backwards. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to jet out of here.